Reactions trailed President Muhammadu Buhari's declaration of intent for re-elections. Nigerians support the president's bid. Nigeria on the threshold of history as the single biggest gas pipeline project takes off. And the federal government boosts power supply in Abia State. Minister of Power, Works and Housing inaugurates additional mobile transformers in Aba and Umuahia. And Nigeria wins more medals at the ongoing Commonwealth Games in Australia. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Network News with me, Muhammad Kudu Abubakar. Reading with me tonight from Lagos is Hingino Adams, and Abdullahi Mohammed is in Kaduna, while Kemi Oshin is in Ibadan. Nigeria is about to realize her dream of achieving energy security, economic growth, and employment for the teeming youths with the commencement of the single biggest gas pipeline project in the country and Africa. Lydia Samson examines the prospect of the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas project, which when completed in 2 years, is poised to propel the nation's development.
Nigeria is resolved to become a major international player in the international gas market and lay a solid framework for gas infrastructure expansion within the domestic market is being boosted with the historic Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipeline. AKK gas pipeline, a product of public-private partnership, experts say will enable connectivity between the east, west and the north, which is currently non-existent. NNPC Chief Operating Officer Gas and Power, Saidu Mohammed, says the multiplier effect of the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline will resuscitate moribund industries and create jobs for many Nigerian youths.
For us is to move the energy source to where it is needed and then propel the other sectors of the economy, i.e. the industrial, the power, and of course the agriculture.
The project, which is divided into 3 for implementation purpose, will be simultaneously executed.
We thank this administration for the initiative. Really, it has been on the table, but until this administration came in and gave us, of course, the necessary backing to go on this private partnership, and thank God today we have gotten the Federal Executive Council approval, the contract has been awarded, and the contract documents have been signed.
On completion, 24 months from now, AKK gas pipeline is expected to enable gas supply and utilization to key commercial centers in northern corridor of Nigeria, with the attendant positive spin-off on power generation and industrial growth. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Still on energy, as part of the federal government's drive to improve power generation in the country, additional 40 MVA and 60 mobile transformers have been commissioned in Umuahia and Aba substations. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, commissioned the infrastructure at the 26th Power Sector meeting in Umuahia. Dennis Temple reports.
Respect to the will of God that we commissioned this substation to the glory of God and service of humanity in the name of the Father and of the Holy Spirit.
Mr. Babatunde Fashola explained that with the support of the mobile transformer, power transmission in Umuahia would increase from 80 megawatts to 120 megawatts, which will supply a wide range of areas like Umunochi, Isikwato, Bende, Ohafia, Umuahia, and Ikwano. Similarly, the expansion of Aba substation with a new 60 MVA will increase service capacity from 127.5 to 187.5 megawatts to serve Aba North and South, Okwa East and West, Obingwa, Isialangwa, and environs. The minister described the development as the administration's commitment to service delivery, noting that power has increased up to 7,000 megawatts since inception of power in 2015, and further urged the distribution companies involved to take ownership of the facilities installed.
The existing capacity is 80 MV. This mobile transformer adds another 40 MV and increases that capacity to 120. And communities like Bende, Umuahia, Ohafia, Arochukwu, Isikwato, and some of the places that will benefit from this service. Since you have said that you own this asset, like your own. I'm going to invite Your Excellency to cut the tape.
Governor Okeze Bazu, who described the meeting as apt, identified power as key to economic development of any nation and urged federal government to intensify efforts and generate more power megawatts in the country.
We are excited that what we're seeing today is a product of innovation and ingenuity of Nigerian engineers delivered by Nigerians for the service of Nigerians.
The essence of the stakeholders meeting is to discuss relevant issues at the first-hand basis. At the end, resolutions and discussions taken will help in the successful implementation of power sector recovery program, which will in turn assist in resolving conflicts between distribution companies and consumers. In Umuahia, Dennis Temple, NTA News.
With the declaration of his intent to rerun in 2019 general elections, analysts say President Muhammadu Buhari deserves a second term in view of successes recorded in the fight against corruption, economic growth and security. Muhammad Abubakar profiles the achievements in these areas.
When President Muhammadu Buhari was going around Nigeria to convince voters for their votes in the 2015 general elections, he never wavered in his resolve to record success in 3 key areas capable of repositioning the country for the better. These areas include an onslaught against corruption, a vibrant economy driven by diversification and security of lives and property. In the economic front, not only has the administration steered the country out of a crippling recession brought largely by the crash in the price of oil globally, foreign reserves have continued to grow significantly, with the latest figures by the Central Bank of Nigeria standing at about $47.3 billion as at April 5th, against the 29.6 available in 2015. This is in addition to the successful diversification of the economy from crude oil to agriculture and solid minerals based within the last 3 years.
I think in 2015 June, the quantum of funds in the foreign reserve was just about $29 billion. And from that 23.6 billion foreign reserve, we were able to now also start increasing the foreign reserve from that low point, that nada, to now as high as $46 billion. That shows seriousness by government.
The onslaught against corruption is unprecedented, with the recovery of billions of naira worth of looted funds and property, coupled with the recently made public names of those allegedly involved in the looting, meant to serve as deterrent.
Having the president who come with an agenda to driving a developed nation, where I think everybody needs to support him on this. But I tell you, the level achieved so far, it is something we need to commend this administration for.
Though the security atmosphere is still confronted by some challenges here and there, the government deserves commendation for liberating most of the northeastern states from insurgents that held sway before the coming of the present administration.
At the time Mr. President came, the major challenge as far as security was concerned was terrorism. So 2014-2015, unfortunately, Nigeria, especially the terrorist group operating in Nigeria, gained the notorious international claim of being the world's most deadly terrorist group as at 2014. And why was that? About 7,000 people were killed by that group in that year alone.
The country inches toward general elections. Observers are of the view that President Muhammadu Buhari has performed creditably well under the prevailing circumstances to warrant a second term to provide more gains of democracy to Nigerians. In Abuja, Muhammad Abubakar, NTA News.
Ahead of the 2019 general elections in Nigeria and other elections in Africa, religious leaders on the continent are forming a common front to advise against post-election violence through educating their faithfuls. They have formed a regional hub for West Africa as a platform to enhance interfaith initiatives for sustainable peace in Africa. Miriam Akpata tells us more.
Gathered here are religious leaders from 7 West African countries with Cardinal John Onaika and the Sultan of Sokoto representing Nigeria. Yes, differences in tribes, culture and religion, but but bounded by one course, that is, how to address the illegalities and irregularities in the electoral processes in the West African sub-region. With Christianity and Islam forming about 90% of the West African population, the clerics say eliminating post-electoral violence will best be achieved through teaching the right tenets rather than inciting the faithful against the government.
We denounce the misuse of religion to justify any criminal acts. Our responsibility, call, and duty as religious leaders is to protect and defend creation, and we appeal to our brothers and sisters to uphold this.
Bothered by the underutilization of mineral resources on the sub-region, the clergy advised the government on the way forward.
We strongly urge our governments to review, to reform, and enforce their laws and policies governing the extractive industry in Africa.
The council restated its confidence in the leaders to continue the fight against corruption and also commended the spirit of sportsmanship demonstrated by some African leaders who lost elections in their countries. In Abuja, Miriam Akpata, NTA News.
The Nigerian Army is setting up a special standing court-martial to try personnel found to have received inducement or gratification from politicians. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai read the Riot Act at the first quarter Chief of Army Staff conference in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
Our troops have remained resilient.
This is the theater commander, Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Nicholas Roger, reviewing operation in the ongoing counter-insurgency operations in the northeast Nigeria. Roger has joined other commanders, commandants, unit heads and heads of formations for the periodic crucial meeting, where armies pass crucial operations, policies, administrative activities are appraised and projections made. With the increase in Army's involvement in internal security operations across the country, the Army Chief, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, is insisting on strict adherence to professional conduct.
Any officer or soldier who wishes to be sympathetic to a political, religious, or ethnic group should voluntarily retire from the Nigerian Army.
To consolidate on the gains in most of its operations, the Army is advocating proper funding of training, research and development to promote and attain the desired transformation and innovation-driven force. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
We'll now take a break for some messages. The news continues in just a moment. Stay with the NTA.
MTN gives 2,000% bonus for reactivating your MTN SIM. That's right. If you haven't used your MTN SIM for 45 days or more, recharge now and get 2,000% bonus. That's right, 2,000% bonus for your first recharge of every month.
Wow, Chief Mike, how are you? Fine. I'm going to Sun office for the certification of my wheat flour.
Oh no, things have changed. Sun has simplified all its activities. You could have even stayed back in Kano and process all your papers online.
Whoa.
With the efforts of Sun, the products of SMEs can now compete globally. Sun has put in place necessary machineries in support of the growth of SMEs. At highly subsidized charges, SMEs can now get their certification, laboratory testing of their products, as well as purchase of standards. Meanwhile, Sun is carrying out massive seizure of substandard goods in the market and have gotten legal backing to prosecute offenders, all to protect consumers and SMEs. Sun, improving life through standards.
Can you see it?
Thank you, honey, for being such a blessing to me and our family.
Mama, happy moments make happy days. Good always happens with Gino. The family's always happy with Gino. The times we have here, good moments we share. Gino truly cares.
Last day of the month. This alert has to come in early today.
You have a text message.
Haba, what kind of disturbance is this?
You have a text message.
That must be a message from my darling. Unsolicited message again. This is harassment. Wow, what's this now?
Are you tired of receiving unsolicited text messages on your phones? Then take advantage of Do Not Disturb code 2442. Simply text STOP to 2442 and all unsolicited text messages will stop coming. If you want to be receiving particular types of calls and text messages instead, text HELP to 2442 and choose the option that suits you, like finance, sports, religion. Where your service provider fails to meet your request, call NCC on toll-free number 622.
Thank you, NCC.
NCC, connecting Nigeria.
Take a good look at our world today and you'll discover something interesting. More and more drivers are choosing mobile motor oils. You see, as engine performance becomes more important than ever, the vehicle owners are coming to expect more from their engine oils. They're demanding more mileage on a single oil change. They're demanding longer-lasting engines and smoother rides. They're demanding the best. And with Mobile, that's what they get. We raised the bar for motor oils with the Mobile Super 1000. And with the Mobile One, we raised it even higher. And because it's made using the most advanced engineering processes, Mobile motor oils leave your engine super clean, increase its durability, and keep it so well protected, it never stops running. So success for you depends on continuous movement. You need engine oil, engineered for that purpose. Mobile. Performance at its best.
Make it mobile.
Do you know that the Nigerian police now operates in the best international practices of policing? Do you know that the Nigerian police has been restructured to be more accountable and responsive to all your security challenges? Now, what the police demand from you is your trust, your collaborative efforts by providing necessary information about criminals and their activities in your neighborhood. Be vigilant to achieve our creed as we promise. We shall police the country based on international core values of policing with integrity. We shall ensure that rule of law prevails in our actions and activities. We shall respect diversity, display courage, show compassion, and demonstrate professionalism. We shall operate within the principle of democratic policing. We shall shun corruption, and we shall make Nigeria safer and secured under the leadership of IGP Ibrahim Otum Idris.
Let the wind of change blowing across the country chase away crime for the benefit of our society. Yes, the Nigerian police says this change must come with peace and tranquility.
This message was brought to you by the Public Relations Department of the Nigerian Police Force.
You're watching NTA Network News. Smuggling has been identified as a major threat to presidential initiative on rice as Nigeria attains self-sufficiency in rice paddy production. Chairman Presidential Committee on the initiative, Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Bagudu, described smuggling as economic war against Nigeria. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
The presidential initiative on rice has successfully pushed local rice paddy production from 500,000 metric tons in 2015 to over 1.2 million tons in 2017. The country now has 27 integrated rice milling industry against the only one in 2015.
Nigeria import rice bill, which used to be 1.65 billion annually, has dropped appreciably by over 90%.
But for the chairman, who is also the Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Bagudu, Nigeria is on the right track on food security, stressing the need for zero importation of rice.
With synergy from all stakeholders, we have the ability and the potential to produce a market rice for 11,000, 10,000 naira per 50 kilo bag if we set that as an agenda.
The only way you can be able to achieve economy of scale is how do you socially engineer farmers to be able to come together and present their disparate land holdings into a single, reasonably sized land holding that can achieve economics of input supply, mechanization, as well as financing.
This conference was organized to appreciate rice production in Nigeria and the role of private investment towards self-sufficiency. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Ahead of the World Bank Assessment Ranking for 2018 on the ease of doing business, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has held a meeting with members of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council for an update on the performance of various ministries, departments and agencies on the country's ease of doing business reforms. State House correspondent Jide Onifade spoke to two members of the council on Nigeria's readiness for the World Bank delegation's visit.
The highlight of the meeting was that we reviewed the results of the National Action Plan 3, and let me start with the good news. The good news is that we scored, a good 68%, and we also found out that there were things which could be done to improve that percentage, and the council approved a 2-week extension to get those things done, since the objective is to score as much as possible. And we reviewed in detail, all the reforms, and we had many of the reform champions as well as the relevant agencies in the room who made commitments to work together to take these reforms as far as possible. As you know, the goal is to complete many of these reforms by the end of April, which is at the time when the World Bank will then do its own review for the next World Bank ranking. So, as you can imagine,
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says President Muhammadu Buhari will declare open the upcoming 61st United Nations World Tourism Organization's Commission for Africa meeting to be hosted by Nigeria. Alhaji Lai stated this when he visited the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Bello, in his office. Anthony Folson reports.
The Information and Culture Minister's visit to his FCT counterpart is to formally intimate him on preparations so far ahead of the international event, given the fact that FCT is the host city and President Muhammadu Buhari's acceptance to declare the meeting open. The annual event is a platform upon which issues of tourism development for the continent are discussed. Lai Mohammed, however, reeled out some benefits of hosting the meeting.
The meeting will put the country under a global focus. In addition to the socio-economic gains, the event will put Nigeria and the nation's tourism industry, in particular, on the world map. It will attract foreign research experts and promote the necessary network that will form the basis for future cooperation.
The Information Minister, however, told the FCT Minister that as host city, he will play a central role during the meeting. On his part, the FCT Minister expressed satisfaction over efforts made so far in terms of preparation, saying the Information and Culture Minister has done Nigeria proud by securing the UNWTO CAF meeting.
As you know, these are conferences that showcase countries and even continents. And for us to be able to really get this to be approved to be hosted in Nigeria is something that I'm sure that involve a lot of very good hard work, and this is very commendable and coming at the heels of the minister's effort also in trying to get, I think, is it the IPI coming to Nigeria also. These are all reflections of how the outer world now perceives Nigeria, and it's a reflection that really this government is getting it right, and I think it's something that we all feel very proud of.
It will be recalled that Nigeria secured the hosting right for the meeting at the 59th edition in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. In Abuja, Anthony Folson, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointments of chief executive officers of some federal agencies in the federal ministries of Health, Information and Culture, Education, and Power, Works and Housing. The appointments of 7 resident electoral commissioners in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, were also approved by the President. President Buhari charged them to reinvigorate the agencies in the delivery on their mandates through a renewed commitment to transparency, accountability, and service delivery with integrity. With the appointment of Mrs. Stella Marumumbo Oyedepo as the General Manager, National Theatre, Lagos, the President has separated the leadership of the National Theatre from the National Troupe in compliance with the Establishment Act, especially Sections 7 and 8 of the National Theatre and National Troupe of Nigeria Act 1991. A statement by the Director of Information in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Lawrence Ojabo, says the resident electoral commissioners will be sworn in by the INEC chairman at INEC headquarters in Abuja on Tuesday, 17th of April 2018 at 10 in the morning. We now go to Lagos, where Hingino is standing by to bring us more reports. Hello, Hingino, over to you.
Thank you, Kudu, and a warm welcome to Lagos. The federal government has reiterated its commitment towards ensuring the implementation of the local content policy on Executive Orders 3 and 5, which emphasizes indigenous production, service and patronage of ICT products in Nigeria. Minister of Communication Adebayo Shitu reaffirmed government's stance at the 2018 President's Dinner organized by Institute of Software Practitioners of Nigeria in Lagos. Ime Udori compiled this report.
The local content policy of the federal government aims to promote the domestication of technology using indigenous capacities and resources. It is also to encourage patronage of locally produced ICT products and services, as well as the transfer of technology. Minister of Communication Adebayo Shitu said Nigeria must aspire to becoming a global player in software development. The national software development ecosystem, the minister noted, will grow a supply chain of digital experts and the thriving economy with critical components such as software, which is firmed out for import.
I'm even proposing that the National Assembly should do a more holistic enactment of the law to protect local products, including possibility of criminalizing breaches of the local content policy of government.
We are saying that we should increase that capacity and think of how to train, educate our children to do the right thing, to key into the fourth industrial revolution, the better for us.
Other speakers highlighted numerous benefits of their initiative.
There is tremendous potential. They need a lot of support. And of course, if they're given the support and the exposure, I think we could have some of the greatest software developers amongst our youths in Nigeria.
Patronizing the indigenous softwares. That's the only way our economy can develop.
Some professional software developers in Nigeria were honored with a fellowship.
The spate of human trafficking and its attendant embarrassment to the country has continued to necessitate partnerships and alternative means to curbing the scourge. This informed the move by the Oba of Benin, Omo Nobanedo Ukwa Polopolo, Oba Ewaye II, to invoke curses on those who profit from the illicit trade in Edo State. Musa Toliat completes the report.
Your Majesty, the Oba of Benin says the stance to invoke curses on perpetrators of human trafficking became necessary given the steady increase in the illicit trade, especially in Edo State. He made the assertion while receiving a delegation of the European Union Parliament Subcommittee on Human Rights in his palace. The Benin monarch, however, lauded the concerted efforts by the federal and state governments, as well as the International Organization for Migration and NAPTIP, for ensuring the safe return of Nigerians stranded in Libya.
Yes, very rich, everything, human resources, everything else. We must appeal to the federal government to please focus a whole lot on tapping these resources for the benefit of Nigerians.
The leader of the European Union Parliament Subcommittee, Joseph Windehoza, told the Oba of Benin that the team were in the country to establish better relations between the EU and Nigeria and to work out a sustainable partnership to check illegal migration and human trafficking in the country.
We are happy to see that the Nigerian side is also really interested in looking out to the problem.
We want to see students coming to Europe. We want to see investments coming from Europe to Nigeria.
The EU delegation thereafter presented gifts to His Royal Majesty for the good works he is doing in Benin Kingdom and by extension, the entire country. In Lagos, Musa Tolial, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. More reports ahead after this timeout. Please stay with us.
My people, you fit be one of the lucky winners for the Nigeria for Russia promo, and you go fit watch the Super Eagles live inside Russia. This one no be joke. What you need to be say SMS fly to 1945 or just dial star 1945 hash. You don't enter with that oh. Oya, pick any option. You don't enter for the live draws where they happen every month. Reach June 2018 with that. No forget oh, the more you enter, the more you go fit to win. And plenty consolation prizes dey boku for you to win oh. This promo is endorsed by the Nigeria Football Federation NFF and the National Lottery Regulatory Commission NLRC. Papa Bomb Boy, Yaima, what are you waiting for? Load your phone now and start to dial 1945. Now the number oh. Each message now 50 naira shaking in money.
Available on MTN, Airtel, and 9 mobile networks.
Familia is now all yours. Hygienic and is very soft. Natural white with pure cellulose. Affordable, smart choice for the family.
Familia is hygienic, skin-friendly, and approved by Dermatest Germany. Smells very nice. First to Nigeria. Try now.
All TVs say picture quality, but never mention the most important color, black. It uncovers the hidden details of nature, brings out the richness in all colors, and reveals life. With self-lighting pixels, only OLED TVs make perfect black, and perfect black creates perfect color. LG OLED TV.
Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1, a delicious combination of rich cocoa and wholesome goodness of milk. Just add hot water to get an instant chocolatey treat that delights your senses. Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. Just add hot water.
My teacher said germs attack and make tiny holes in the teeth. And they are more active at night. So you have to remember to brush your teeth at night. But Dad forgets to brush his teeth at night.
Ah, he'll get cavities. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter with double action and protection power helps prevent cavities during the day and at night works hard to repair tiny holes before becoming cavities. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter with double action for daily day and night cavity protection.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce. Let's go, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, working. That's right. Playing. Here we go. Milk, chocolate, malt, prepared mix ready to drink. Hollandia Chocomo. Shap, nutritious drink every day. Drink it up. Oh yeah. Shap, nutritious drink. Yeah.
Uh-oh, maybe he's not comfortable in his diaper. New MoveFix Comfort Fix Flexible Sidebands offers freedom of movement. MoveFix, happy today, happy tomorrow.
Not again. We had the same problem.
Try new Molfix. Molfix absorbs the liquid immediately, even under pressure. Molfix. Happy today, happy tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Abuja studios of NTA Network News. Business News is next with Musa Abubakar.
Good to have you join us on Business News. Nigeria has called upon the People's Republic of Korea to invest in the vast opportunities that abound in the economy. Budget and National Planning Minister Senator Udoma Udoma made the call while receiving the Korean ambassador to Nigeria, Lee In-ta, in Abuja. The minister explained that apart from having the largest market in Africa, Nigeria is centrally located and within easy access to other parts of the continent. The ambassador was told that his visit was timely as it came when the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan Focus Labs are working towards sourcing for investments and addressing challenges that stand in the way of investors. Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun has debunked media reports of a strong worded letter to the president objecting to the payment of $16 million fees to 2 lawyers for the recovery of Abacha funds. The minister, in a statement signed by her special advisor on media, Oluyenka Akintunde, dissociated herself and the Federal Ministry of Finance from the recent reports, explaining that she had at no time written any letter to the President or any member of the Federal Executive Council on the payment of lawyers for the Abacha recovery, disclosing that more than $322 million was received into a special account in the Central Bank of Nigeria on December 18, 2017 from the Swiss government. Equities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange recorded marginal gains Monday after a protracted period of bearish hold. With a gain of 0.17%, the all-share index closed at 40,499.04 basis points, while market capitalization closed at 14.6 trillion naira. And that's it on Business News. The bulletin continues.
Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade has signed the state's 1.3 trillion naira budget for the 2018 fiscal year into law with a promise to ensure full implementation of projects established by his administration. The budget, christened Budget of Kinetic Crystallization, is designed to actualize Cross River State's vision and address the crucial needs of the people. Uduak Etim has the story.
Signing the budget into law at the Cross River State Executive Council Chambers, Calabar, Governor Ben Ayade said efforts have been put into developing the state to move it from its current civil service status. He disclosed that his administration has completed garment factory, secured approvals for the superhighway project, completed detailed design of the deep sea port, as well as dualization of the Calabar dual carriageway. While promising to complete the ongoing projects, the governor enjoined the people of the state to be united by these common aspirations.
Cross River State is gathered here today to make history because indeed this is the first budget in the history of Nigeria where a state will be given a budget in the neighborhood of $1 trillion. This is the first over the $1 trillion mark budget in the annals of Nigerian history. And therefore it's stoic, it's characteristic, it's unique, it's an ambitious indication of the expression of the will of the people of Cross River State.
Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly John Gold-Lebo assured that the House of Assembly will perform its oversight functions to ensure the budget is actualized for the benefit of the citizenry. In Calabar, Uduak Etem, NTA News.
Abdullahi in Kaduna brings us more reactions on President Muhammadu Buhari's declaration to contest for another term in office. Over to Abdullahi.
Thanks for joining us in Kaduna, Kudu. Arewa Consultative Forum and the leadership of Kaduna State House of Assembly have urged Nigerians to consider the giant strides of the Buhari-led administration and give the president another mandate come 2019. This follows President Muhammadu Buhari's declaration to contest the presidential election in 2019. The report.
When the All Progressives Congress, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, took the mantle of leadership in May 2015, it was confronted with a Herculean task of economic recovery, tackling the menace of corruption and insecurity. 3 years down the line, the insurgents have been degraded, the economy waxing stronger, with about $4 to $7.3 billion in the country's reserves, while the fight against corruption has yielded results. This explains why the leadership of Kaduna State House of Assembly and the body of elders in northern Nigeria canvass for a fresh mandate for the president.
We always look at first the credibility of candidates, the performance of candidates, and the acceptability of candidates. And if you look at it, whether we like it or not, nobody can fault President Muhammad Buhari when it comes to integrity.
With continuity, this country is going to be great.
The Kaduna State parliamentarians and the body of elders in the north also urged the APC-led administration to forge a better relationship with the National Assembly, pointing out that these will help in the delivery of democratic dividends.
From politics to defense, now General Officer commanding one division of the Nigerian Army, Kaduna Major General Muhammad, has assured all military personnel under Operation Lafia Dole on admission at 44 Army Reference Hospitals of best medical care. Haman Jabani reports that the GOC stated this when he visited the wounded soldiers at the hospital as part of activities marking the division's West African Social Activities, WASA.
Also commanding one division, Major General Muhammad, who was taken around by the Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Brigadier General Nathan Okoji, informed that over 150 soldiers and officers are on admission, and the hospital is doing everything possible in providing best health care to them, just as some are due for evacuation for further treatment abroad. Interacting with the soldiers, they informed the GOC that they did not benefit from the recent promotions despite their sacrifice. They, however, commended the present leadership of the Nigerian Army in providing good health care, saying they are all better than when they came in. The GOC urged the soldiers to remain steadfast and focused, assuring them that their health is of great importance to the military and all their demands will be put forward to the Army headquarters.
The Chief is very much compassionate about welfare of the soldiers and officers.
All the soldiers sustained injuries in the ongoing counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency operation against Boko Haram terrorists in the northeastern part of the country. In Kaduna, Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
And that's our bits from here. We now hand over to Kemi in Ibadan Network Center for the continuation of the news. Kemi, over to you.
Thank you and a warm welcome to Ibadan. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has assured the people of Kwara State of improved security of their lives and property. The minister gave assurance when he visited Ofa over the recent armed robbery attack on the town. Yabo Diolorushola reports.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, commiserating with the Traditional Council and people of Ofa on behalf of the federal government, condemned the armed robbery attack.
I want to assure everybody that the federal government is not leaving any stone unturned to ensure that there will be no repeat of this kind of attack on innocent people.
The Olofa of Ofa, Obamufutau Isuwaye II, thanked the minister for the visit and called for the establishment of a functional mobile police unit in Ofa. The minister was also at the Kwara State Police Command to condole them over the loss of 9 policemen in the attack, encouraging them not to be weary. He visited victims of gun injuries who are recuperating at the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital and the Kwara State General Hospital. Iyabodi Olorunshola, NTA News.
Ogun State Governor Senator Ibukule Amosu has advised politicians to desist from violent conduct capable of truncating the peace being enjoyed in the state. The governor gave the advice when he visited the scene of the violence, which claimed the lives of about 6 persons, including a police officer in Ijebu-Igbo. Correspondent Joel Popola reports.
The fracas, which was a fallout of political rally at Ijebu-Igbo, was caused by disagreement between suspected cult members and members of the Oodua People's Congress, leading to the death of about 6 persons. The visit by the governor, Senator Ibukule Amosun, in company of the Commissioner of Police, Ahmed Iliasu, is to have a first-hand information on the incident and to guarantee the security of lives and property.
Everybody should be free. Whichever town hall meeting that they are doing, that will result into people killing themselves. It will not be allowed in the state.
We have made arrests, and not less than 35 arrests are recovered some arms and ammunition. Security in this state is safeguarded.
For the residents of Ijebu-Igbo, the visit will awaken commercial activities, which is currently low-key in the area. Many of the shops around the area were yet to open as a result of the incident, while the major market was not a beehive of activities. From Ijebu-Igbo, Joel Popola, NTA News.
And as it's from Ibadan, it's back now to Mohammed in Abuja for more on Network News.
Thank you, Kemi. Nigeria has continued to perfect strategies towards enhancing the cashless policy in the economy. The latest is the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, on mobile money service aimed at driving financial inclusion. Olajide Bello has the report.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. It is the break of a new dawn in Nigeria's drive to operate a cashless economy and improve financial inclusion, which is presently put at 48%. The target is to have it grow to 80% by the year 2020, and this MOU is part of the strategies to achieve the dream. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Umar Dambata, and the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, reel out the benefits of the MOU.
The NCC is committed to this digital transformation process. We are daily thinking of what to do to ensure we reach the desired destination of making sure our people participate in the digital economy in a way and manner that they will be empowered to leverage the power of information and communications technology.
But I can assure everybody that with this signing now, it provides a framework for licensing of payment service providers. It's a framework that will also guide the working of those who are stakeholders, both in the banking industry as well as in telecommunications industry, about driving not just the mobile payment, but also the payment system in Nigeria.
The Memorandum of Understanding is expected to have a multiplier effect on both the banking and communication sectors. In Abuja, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Time for more messages as we take another break. Stay with us.
Galvanized approach and efforts to guarantee food security for national development is a thrust this week on NTA Tuesday Live. Experts deliberate on best practices and gains. NTA Tuesday Live, incisive and educative. Don't miss it.
The winning energy and great Milo taste, now ready to go. Milo! The winning energy and great Milo taste, now ready to go. Milo! The winning energy and great Milo taste, now ready to go. Milo!
You can catch all the actions of the 21st Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia live on the NTA Network Service and NTA Sport 24, Channel 270 on the Star Times decoder.
Few strokes away from a gold medal and the record, a world record falls.
Watch Team Nigeria compete for medals in 9 sports. Take advantage of our wide reach for your advertisement. Hurry now. Contact the marketing department, NTA headquarters, Area 11, Gariki, Abuja. NTA, you can't beat the reach.
The family of Ebon Ochicha of Ububa Ukum in Kwara local government area of Cross River State announces the demise of their son and brother, Professor Ochicha, age 52. He is survived by his father, brothers, sisters, and relations. He was the first professor of histopathology of Cross River State descent. Until his death, he was a staff of Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital and Bayero University, Kano.
Wednesday will be day 7 of the 21st Commonwealth Games, and so far, Nigeria has won 4 gold medals. Dende Sonny gives us an update on how Nigeria, the para power lifters, shine at the 2018 Commonwealth Games.
Welcome to the 2018 Commonwealth Games update. Nigeria can now heave a sigh of relief as gold medals have started pouring in. Though the country ended day 5 with 2 silver medals, it was victory all the way in day 6 as Nigeria raked in 4 gold medals. Paralympic record holder in the men's 54 kg category, Roland Ezurike, became the first athlete to win gold for Nigeria. The 42-year-old Roland lifted 224.3 kg in the men's lightweight para powerlifting to outclass his compatriot Paul Kendi, who lifted 219.9 kg for silver medal.
Wants a selfie. Look at that. He's in there. That's fantastic, Malaysian. What a competitor he's been. He's finished in 4th place.
Abdulaziz Ibrahim added to Nigeria's dominance in the para powerlifting when he garnered a total of 191.9 points to win gold in the heavyweight category.
There was a smooth lift there from Ibrahim, but he's had his lift failed. The defending champ from Glasgow 2014 receives his 2nd Commonwealth Games gold medal in para powerlifting.
In the women's event, Ndidi Nwosu claimed gold in the 69.10 kg weight class with 110.4 points after recording clean lifts of 110 and 120 kg. Esther Onyema won gold in the women's lightweight para powerlifting category